Growing up, our little troop would go on bike rides from the mouth of the canyon to the Utah Lake, and we would just ride the Provo River Trail all the way down. And I remember specifically one cool, crisp fall evening coming around the bend from the parking lot and just gazing into this farm and seeing the cows grazing with their calves sucking, hearing the birds and the beautiful, the beautiful sunset sky. What an amazing place! What an awesome farm! Like someday, when I get rich and wealthy and famous, I'm going to buy this farm, So that was just always kind of in my mind someday down here. My name's Colton Burr. This is my wife, Alicia Burr. We have 6 kids. We've been married for...
One on the way.
One on the way. We're a blended family. That's why the numbers work out that way. One of my earliest memories as a kid, as 5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a farmer like my grandfather. It was just so much fun going to visit my grandma and grandpa on the farm and helping out feed the animals. It was a blast, and so I knew since I was 5 years old I wanted to be a farmer like my grandpa.
I grew up in Las Vegas, and during the summers we would come. My mom's side of the family lives up in Wyoming, and my great-grandfather owns a ranch. And when I loved the piglets, and I would take them from their mom, and I would bring them into the back porch into a bathroom, and we would dress up the pigs.
After I came back from New York working in financial services, I was able to come and purchase a farm here by the high school, 13.5 acres by the high school. Great spot, great introductory farm. But shortly after I bought it, I found that Provo City and the Provo River Delta Restoration Project, they wanted that land for the June Sucker Project. And so working with them, I was able to sell that to them and use the proceeds to move a little bit further south here.
So our farm is about 22 acres, located by the Provo River Delta, over by the Utah Lake State Park and near the new Provo High School.
5 years ago, development pressure really picked up for us. We started having a lot of people approach us about selling our farm, whether they wanted to put $1 million luxury mansions here by the river, homes by the river, or whether it was commercial warehouses for the new Provo Airport. Unfortunately, a few years ago, we kind of got sucked in where we actually got to the point where we were going to sell.
Part of it was the pressure of, we had bought the land with high hopes of all of these things that we could do with animals and livestock, and it just ended up being a lot more of an expensive pursuit than what we had anticipated.
But we didn't feel great about it. We didn't feel like this wasn't what we wanted to do with the land. We felt like it's such a beautiful area, and with the whole community that uses the trail for morning walks and runs and jogging, that we felt like it'd be a really huge disservice for the community, and we didn't want that hanging over our heads. We were looking into different options of like, what can we do? We really want to keep it. Actually, and I remembered that Provo City's Commissioner of Agriculture, Sean Miller, had approached us several years back and said, hey, just to let you know, you don't need to sell your farm if you guys need to, the finances. There's actually options that some of your neighbors have done too, where you conserve the farm. It's a little different. And so in a conservation easement, what you're doing as a landowner is you're taking your rights to develop and you're selling those rights to a land trust or a conservation group or a government entity that they will hold and maintain those rights in perpetuity. So that land that you own, when you sell that off, can continue to be remained as farmable agriculture or open space or green space forever. But the problem that we were running into is that sometimes those can take a while to get going forward and get the funding for the easement. We're halfway there. We're really excited, and we're just going to continue keep moving forward. And we're going to need the community support. Doing conservation easements, they're not easy. And so there's several ways that, as a member of the community, to get involved. One is to get informed, to get educated, to learn about what a conservation easement is, what it means to you, what it's going to mean to the community, how you're going to protect the land forever. 2 is to share that message with your friends and families. Spread the word. The third way to get involved is to, if you're interested and this resonates with you, to talk with your government officials, your local leaders. Let them know how important it is that we conserve open space and agriculture in our community. And the fourth way you can get involved is through direct contributions. Every little bit goes a long ways, and your contributions show your city and county officials that this is important to you, and conserving land is something that you feel strongly about, you care about.
So I'm Terry Harmon. I'm Director of Public Outreach for Conserve Utah Valley. And at CUV, our mission is to protect land and water forever. And in Utah Valley, we have some of the most fertile farmland in the entire state, but we're quickly losing it to development. It's estimated that by 2050, we'll lose about half of what's remaining. So that's about 64,000 acres of lost farmland. So farmland is really important for our local food security, and open green space is really important for the health of our environment. So protecting farmland like the Burr Farm helps protect the health of our valley for everyone currently living here and every generation that follows. So we're really excited to be involved with the Burr family in their efforts to get a conservation easement on their farm and protect this land near Utah Lake and the Provo River Delta forever.